Can we do an FAU pregame show?
Who the hell goes to that? Ain't nobody gonna be listening to that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Poof.
I do.
Fuck that.
I'll be at FAU because I don't want to be near them kids who want to get in grown folks' business. That's why I'll be at FAU.
That's why they're gonna go to FAU so they can get into grown folks' business.
I don't want them to get in folks' business.
Again.
This episode of Furry Frequencies is brought to you by Flues. Say you've got a birthday or a graduation or an anniversary coming up and you don't know what to get because you're old and you're old-fashioned. Not to worry, go online and join thousands of floozies today and get them Flues online gift cards. You'll be hip and
Flues was
smart.
like a medication for the flu or some shit. By the
What
way.
is this?
No.
This is a real thing.
Flues online gift cards. Go to www.flues.com today and become a floozy. Make your friends a floozy. Be a floozy today with Flues online gift cards and be hip and smart.
Hello, and welcome to Furry Frequencies, the soundtrack to your furry life. I'm Silox, joined by my friendly compadres, Lifty
Hi.
and Sharky.
Hello.
On this episode, we only have one thing to talk about, and that is to talk shit about people who need to be talked shit about. Starting off with a guy named Dim. Can I say his name?
Yeah, go ahead. We're going to share his Twitter too.
Okay, a guy named Dim. That's spelled D-E-M. And what is his Twitter name?
Okay, so his Twitter is @DeepEndMN. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let me see. Oh, he's got an AD.
That is his AD.
No, that's not his AD.
No, that's his AD.
Are you sure?
No, he only has one Twitter, and it's an AD. I've seen his pictures on there. He has a 3-inch thing,
Oh, beautiful.
and he's fat.
So you're
like, really
saying he
fat.
has 3-inch dong?
Well, we're
And
not
hairy.
gonna. Well. Hold on a minute. Now, let's not body shame now.
I'm not body shaming. I'm just saying. There's a reason why he's mad. I'd be mad too if I had a 3-inch penis. I'm just saying. You would too. So,
Oh boy. Anyway,
Dim.
so
Dim.
let's go ahead and get started as to why we're talking shit about Dem today. This
All right.
dude is a trip.
Alright, so Dim joined our chat. Well, he joined the Maryland Furs, I want to say, last week. At first, he seemed like, a low-key guy. It's like, okay, cool, you're low-key. But I forgot what it was. I think what happened was I made some kind of comment, and he misconstrued that as, like, he said, yikes. And then he went on this, like, sanctimonious bullshit rant about, well, that's offensive and blah, 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 blah.
So yeah, I can give you a little bit of background on that. So you posted our episode link.
No, this was before that.
Oh, before then.
Way before that. Yeah, I was already in his shit house when when I posted that episode. So what had happened was I think I made some kind of joke, and it just rubbed him the wrong way, but it was harmless to other people for whatever reason. And he's like, he got up on his high horse and is like, well, this is offensive and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, cool, I don't really care. And it's funny, you'll all learn how he found out some shit about me. It's funny. I'll tell y'all later, but no. And from that point on, he started like really hammering me whenever I did stuff that seemed like really not liberal, I guess. I don't know what you would call that. That's not a what I just said. I don't know the term you would call that would be, but I would accidentally post Pepe and he'd say, "Yikes, that's racist." It's like, no, it's a sticker of Pepe just looking at something with a blank stare. It's not really racist. Well, no, that's racist. You can't post that. Rule 2. It's like, okay, bro. Someone said retard in the chat, and he's yelling at me for not banning that guy. It's like, I get retard is offensive to people. I understand that, but I'm not going to ban somebody who accidentally use the term. Chill out. Then, unfortunately, we posted our last episode in the chat, quote, which is titled Psylocke got triggered.
Which you did.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I was very upset
Yes.
because I was upset at this individual who had the sheer gall to get on his high horse and lecture people on why poodling is somehow bad for the fandom. That ticked me off because that is a form of gatekeeping, and I do not like gatekeeping in the slightest. So, Dim comes by and says, "Oh man, Psylocke." He said something, but he was like really mad about it and shit. And it's like, again, it's like, okay, bro, chill out. I really don't care. And then from then on, it just started. It spiraled into something, into stuff way worse. We were at each other's throats. He doesn't like me. I don't like him. But what really pissed me off was when he had the audacity to sit there and claim that I was racist, which I'm not. Far from it. Anybody who knows me will tell you I'm like one of the least
Yeah,
racist
he's not
persons.
racist.
No.
Least
Uber
racist person.
racist.
Fuck
Big
you.
difference.
Like I'm not racist at all to anybody. White people, minorities.
I mean, the most
like,
racist thing,
I'm not.
the most racist thing Solix has ever done that I've noticed is that he would say the N word to other black people.
That's about it.
Even
That's
though
it.
he's not black enough to say it.
That's pretty much it. I mean, don't. I wasn't raised to be racist.
Yeah.
I grew up around a lot of people who look like me and who don't look like me, and I'm friends with everybody. Outside of the fandom, the normie people I hang out with, they're mostly black. I'm not racist against minorities, clearly, like he assumes because I'm a Republican. Aha, there you go. Oh no, and see, you know what? No, that was his contention. His contention was because I'm a Republican and I am a registered Republican. Even though I don't think I orient myself to that at this point, at this juncture. Even though I am a registered Republican, his contention was, well, clearly I support Trump and I'm a MAGA-loving racist. Which, again, if people know me, they'll tell you I'm far from that. I don't particularly like our bozo in chief. Anybody who knows me will tell you that. But he doesn't know that about me. He just assumed. He heard somebody spill some tea about me, which is completely false and bullshit. About me having issues. I don't have issues. Well, besides getting severely drunk off of a shot of vodka, and loving Applebee's way too much, I don't have any issues. But he thinks I does. So my
He
whole
thinks you does.
he thinks I does. Yeah,
He thinks I does.
I said it.
Does done it.
He thinks I does done it. See, I don't care. I'll say whatever the fuck I want.
I think that's
know.
going to be the
I-
title of our new episode. He thinks I does.
He thinks
I'm
I
a-
does they're a racist.
Look, I'm a tax-paying American. I will say whatever the fuck I want, and if he has a problem with it, I don't care. If I want to say he thinks I does, well, fuck him. I'm gonna say it. My whole thing was, how dare you sit there and make these fallacious statements about me when you don't even fucking know me? You and your 3-inch pecker need to shut the fuck up and sit your ass down before you trip. Because you messing with the wrong person. Because homie don't play that.
Yeah, he's not gay enough.
I am gay. Shut up. God. I'm pretty gay. I'm very gay. The point is, Dim and people like him are just so fucking annoying. The ones who want to proselytize and make assumptions based off of a little information they know about someone. Like, I
They
really
want to
hate
be
that.
the white knights that conquer over the villain and help the victims. And then when
Yeah.
someone talks shit about them, they want to be the victim themselves.
Yeah, maybe
They're
if you
hypocrites.
got to fucking know me instead of assume based on some bullshit information, which by the way was told by somebody else in the chat who doesn't particularly like me because he used to mod and didn't like my style of moderation. So yeah, that information you got is pretty biased, by the way, but of course you don't really fucking
I
care.
think. Hold up.
Hi.
Is this person? Does his name also start with a D?
No, it begins with a K, and he's a circle.
I don't know any circles that begin with a K.
Okay, go on. Sorry, we had like, yeah, that was a weird kind of block of silence. Go on,
Oh
Salak.
no, I posted his name in the chat. That's the person. But yeah, no,
Okay.
he was fed tainted information. Um, people
Where?
he's
Where in the chat?
no the furry
Oh,
the
okay,
cast one
that chat.
that
Okay, yeah,
guy
gotcha.
yes.
Oh, that
Don't
guy.
know. I
Yeah,
don't know this person, nor
he's
did I really care.
yeah. So he used to be a former mod of mine. I we clashed a lot on how to run the chat. So we have history. He doesn't particularly like me, and hence why he will do anything to slander my name. And that's fine. You know, people who know me know that I'm not a racist or a crazy individual, or that I mess up at meets.
You're the purest definition of vanilla.
Yes, unfortunately. Uh, yeah. So, Dim, wherever you are, I know you're probably listening to this or not. I really don't care.
He's gonna
Um,
listen to it, but spitefully.
he should. Yeah, he should. Yeah. This is see, Dim, getting a shout out is the height of popularity for you in this fandom. Enjoy this.
Not exactly a good shout out, but hey.
No, it's not. So enjoy this, okay? You are a loser. You are a punk ass bitch. And like I said, if you're gonna talk shit and try to come at me like that, come at me at my face. Otherwise, don't talk shit behind a computer. Because you don't fucking know me.
Silas has got his gay black
You
going.
don't fucking know me, bro. Don't, like I said, homie, don't play. So don't do that.
Yeah. So also, you mentioned that he got triggered over the title of our episode. Silox got triggered.
Yeah, over a fucking
Or no,
podcast.
Silox gets triggered. I'm sorry. And yeah, so he said that we shouldn't trivialize the word triggered, and we are trivializing the word triggered by using it in the episode title of our podcast. Now, here's what I want to clear up: the word trigger and the concept of being triggered was trivialized a long time ago by all the SJWs and all of the
Words, you can do it.
I'm sorry, I'm just kind of getting flustered at the moment, but yeah, they were trivialized at the very beginning from a bunch of
Idiots.
damn it. I can't get my words out. Anyway, the whole concept of triggered and being trivialized was actually trivialized a long time ago by the users on Tumblr and the users on Twitter when they would post trigger warnings and, oh my god, this triggered me. This dude sitting on the subway with his legs out. Oh my god, I feel triggered. It reminds me of being raped 3 years ago by blah blah blah.
Well, if it was actual rape, then yeah, that is triggering.
Whoa.
Jesus,
Well,
Lifty.
Yeah. I
Okay.
will take that part
Actual
out.
having
'cause,
traumatic experiences in the past, real trauma, not some guy said hello to you and you feel offended because he's fucking, I don't know, a white fucking guy. That's not being triggered. Being triggered is actually having a traumatic event, and you've been put into a situation that reminds you of that event, so your brain automatically goes into fight or flight reflex. That's what being triggered is.
But
It's not being upset that someone called you a bitch because you're being a bitch.
well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. People who have PTSD, like combat veterans, Sharky.
Don't fucking put my info out there, bitch.
No, look. Here's the thing. I even mentioned to him that you know what we have. One of the members on our podcast is a veteran, and he was okay with the term triggered. So it's
Yeah.
like, why are
He
you
was
getting
okay with the title.
upset? And he was like, "Well, I don't care. He doesn't speak for all veterans." Like, fuck you, dude. Like,
He's not a veteran,
grow up.
therefore his opinion does not matter. He's
Of course
probably
it doesn't
never
matter.
fucking done anything for anyone other than himself.
Well, no, he probably has a hate boner for veterans in the military.
Good on him. He can
But-
enjoy that fucking right to be hated and hate
But the
everyone
problem-
else,
the
'cause
point that
I
I'm
and
trying
other
to
people
make
fought for it. So
is
fuck
that
this guy.
the overuse of the word triggered and the overuse of triggering or the concept of being triggered started on Tumblr and Twitter with all these SJWs that would
And
post
white knights.
on and on and on about every little thing that quote unquote supposedly triggered them. So if you want to talk about trivializing the word triggered, how about we start looking at the mirror, looking at yourself and what you did to trivialize that term.
I know what you did last night.
So if we're going to talk about trivializing that term, triggered, how about you start by listening to our episode, and then you start to realize that we're actually poking fun at the concept of people being high and mighty, being holier than thou, and taking their opinions to be more important than others, or having this high and mighty attitude towards certain things, like what Dem was doing. Dem was thinking that, oh, because Johns Hopkins said so, and blah 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 has this, that, and everything, it's offensive. You need to remove it. And I'm like, bitch, no. Just because you're offended doesn't mean everyone else has to be offended. That's the thing that everybody's not understanding here. All these liberal SJW white knights don't understand that.
Oh boy, there goes our audience.
What?
all our audience are nothing but white knights. Ah, we lost them all.
Thanks a lot, Lefty.
No, I'm
pretty
I'm
sure
laying
most of
the
our
hard
viewers
truth.
are pretty smart individuals. That's why they still listen to us.
I'm hoping that people are smart, and that people. I'm hoping that our listeners are intelligent enough to not get offended by everything, and that.
I mean, if they're still listening to us, I doubt they get offended by a lot.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, we are adults. We, as adults, have the intellect to ensure that what we bring in to our mind, or what we absorb into our mind, is important information and information that enriches us. And that we don't waste our time taking in everything that rubs us the wrong way. Related to that, I just don't think that as adults we need to take in everything and be offended by everything. Everything. Good Lord, what the hell is going on with the mic?
What have you done, Silox?
Hello?
Okay, so now you sound like a million miles away.
Does that sound better?
Yes.
Okay.
But do you get where I'm saying?
Yeah. I think you're right. I mean, like I said, I'm not one of these people who wants to be, who's going to sit here and say, well, I'm like totally anti-PC. I'm not. I know political correctness is, in fact, a good thing, because you should not be running around out here being a complete and total dick to people, saying whatever the fuck you want. However, there is a time and place. There are certain things that can be said that are not as offensive as people perceive them to be. And we shouldn't be rushing to be offended about every single thing. We should pick our battles. And then they're like, come on,
Absolutely.
guys.
Pick your battles.
Because
See,
not everything is offensive.
See, one thing that was clearly noticeable in all these instances is that there was only one person that had a problem with anything that was going on, and that was Dem. Dem was the only person that had a problem. Nobody else spoke up and said, "Hey, I have a problem," or I'm offended by this as well. Nobody. And it's always Dem. It's always Dem. Any problem that Dem had, Dem started. Anytime he had an issue with Silox, it was always Dem starting the yelling. It wasn't Silox, it was Dem. And that's where I'm looking at Dem and I'm like, you are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity. because it is sad
All right, Buzz
that
Lightyear.
you. Well, no, it's sad to be looking at the world so pessimistic like this. I'm serious.
Chief Palpatine.
This is such a sad life
I
to live.
am the Senate.
Are you with me or are you not?
We're busy talking about Emperor Palpatine. What was that?
No, I looked up grown folks business and I'm looking at the Senate on Urban Dictionary and the definition mentions Palpatine. But no, you're absolutely right. No, you're absolutely right. Like I intentionally think he's a miserable human being and seeks to take that miserableness out on other people, which is sad. You know? Like fix
You
yourself,
sad
buddy.
bitch.
Like this isn't being woke at all. This isn't
I'm
being
Oh, guys, we're being woke right now.
No, this isn't being. Dem is not woke. He's just a sad individual because he sees the world so pessimistically. He lets so many things bother him. And I'm just. If you are like this, I'm telling you, slow down, and try to see the world in a few more shades of color, because the world. Anyway, the world is just not that dark and bleak. It is
The world
not
really
that
isn't that
evil.
bad as people make it out to be.
No, it isn't.
It's just unfortunately a few people are like, "Fuck the world, it's going insane."
I mean, if you're gonna focus on the bad aspects of people, or if you're gonna focus on things that rub you the wrong way, everything's gonna rub you the wrong way, and you're never gonna go and find the stuff that actually makes you happy. You're not gonna live a very happy life if you let everything around you bother you.
I'm pretty sure that's the point. They want to be unhappy so they can blame it on other people.
Well, then that's just sad. I mean, I'm a person that tries to be happy whenever. But living like this is bullshit. I mean, I'm sorry. 2016 was how many years ago? It's time to look at 2019 with a little splash of color and see that not everything is bad. Not everything is offensive. There's quite a lot of beauty in the world. And
So let me just counter on that. I know you said I'm going to play devil's advocate with you. I know you said 2016 was what? How we're 3 years in now of this shit.
yeah,
So even though we're 3 years in, you have to realize a lot of the shit that people are upset with rears its ugly head. Like it's starting to really affect people's lives. Like there's a reason why people do get upset over how things are going, and it's not just because they're delusional or paranoid. It's because it's affecting them every single day. So I get what you're saying, that people should look on the bright side of stuff and enjoy the world. The world is in a much better place than it was, say, in 1945, in the 60s, and even in
It's
the
been
80s.
the best it's really ever been, considering.
Yes, but at the same time, we currently are at a state of flux where
Yeah.
we have certain individuals running things, and not just in the United States, but in places around the world, who
Okay.
don't
I
have our
can-
best interests at heart.
I
And
can agree with that.
some of the stuff that they want to do and are
Silex is
doing-
siding with the White Knights. We see
No,
how it is,
I'm
Silex.
not.
You're not
No.
with us.
No, I'm giving. No, I'm just playing
we
devil's
get
advocate.
it, Silex. We get it. You wanna be on both sides. We get it.
I know. I'm not being a centrist. I'm not doing that. No, I'm just saying. I'm just rationalizing what people on that side, why they're
We
like that.
completely understand, Silex.
But
You
this
don't
is
want to be the bad guy.
this reminds this whole issue reminds me of this one time where this artist drew this one picture of this raptor, and the raptor had like a bag of popcorn and some candy and some drinks, and it was running to catch the movie. This was around the time when the new Jurassic Park movie was coming out, Jurassic World. And somebody noticed the straw in the drink and called out the artist and saying, "Please remove the straw."
What?
Yeah. The artist was like, "I can't even." can't even.
Your straw offends me.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Your straw.
You're not
is
noticing
obviously
anything else
not Pepsi.
of the picture, but the straw. This is definitely like the trees versus the forest kind of thing.
I've never heard someone nitpick so close that the straw was offensive.
Yeah, they didn't notice anything else. They didn't comment on anything else. They just
Nothing
said,
but the big
remove
giant
the straw.
fucking dinosaur, but no, the straw.
Yeah, it's the straw. Oh, but that's what's going on. That's the whole problem with furry discourse nowadays. People are wanting to nitpick the tiny little things that bother them and don't focus on the big picture. They're focusing on the branches of the trees rather than the forest. And I'm like, dude, step back a bit. Look at the forest. Don't focus on that tiny little branch. The forest. I sound like Bob Ross now, don't I?
That's what I was thinking. It's like, what the fuck are you saying?
I'm gonna post a gif of Bob Ross petting.
Focus on the toilet.
Shit, yeah, no, look, you got kids running around out here. They wanna
Big
do grown
pictures,
folks'
shit.
business. Shit. That's why half of them lost their damn mind.
What the fuck are you whispering about?
Nothing.
You talking shit over there?
No, I'm not. No.
Do I need to fuck you up?
Whoa, hey now. No.
I
So
will
we
fuck
also
you.
want to go over somebody else that we just found on Twitter.
Me. Damn it.
Psylocke, stifle yourself for a minute. So this person was kicked out of a furry Discord because they were discussing their plans to perform an autopenectomy on themselves, and it was in graphic detail as to what they were doing.
I
They
don't
were
think that's what
repeating-
he's planning to do. I think he's just gonna straight up just cut.
Well, anyway, this person identifies as transgender and was told repeatedly in the Discord chat to stop discussing that in particular. And when she wouldn't, that person was banned from the Discord server. So she goes back on Twitter, posts all these screenshots of what happened, and says content warning, transphobia. These members of the chat, these moderators of the chat are being transphobic against me. They kicked me out because I'm transgender, and everybody's looking at the
Looking at the fact that this person is trying to fucking literally cut his dick off.
yeah.
He's
So
like,
this-
oh, I'm ordering in scalpels and I'm gonna do this and cauterize it. I'm like, you're
This
gonna
tweet-
ruin yourself and not be able to pee.
This tweet got over 400 responses
Good lord.
from all over Twitter, and most of them were negative because most of them were rational people that were telling this person, or actually, you know what? Fuck it. They were telling Torino on Twitter at Hot Roblox Pussy, nice name there.
Hot rope pussy.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. They were telling Torino, hey, this is a really bad idea. Do not do this. You will bleed out and die. And over 100 times in 100 ways, Torino just responded with, okay, transphobe. Okay, transphobe. Okay, transphobe.
They're
And
not
now,
being, let's be honest here, they're not being transphobic. They're literally concerned for your physical well-being, which you're about to throw out the window.
yeah, absolutely. Torino keeps on mentioning that the reason that she's doing this is because she has no health insurance. She has no job because apparently she has terrible anxiety that prevents her from getting a job because she has a penis. And thus she is planning to buy scalpels on Amazon to cut her penis off, get rid of the quote unquote problem, and be a normal member of society without a penis.
So a eunuch.
Well, no, she's gonna be dead.
Yeah,
Everybody-
let me
everybody-
tell you a little
everybody was
thing
talking about-
removal of a dick. It's more than just chop chop and it's gone.
Oh Lord.
It's going to bleed a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, there are several. Okay, so we're gonna stop for a minute and just mention.
no.
Yeah, we may be talking about some very graphic things
We're
on
gonna be
this part of
talking
the
about
podcast.
a dumbass cutting off his dick.
Yeah,
Let's be
Ugh.
honest here.
yeah. I
Beat
agree.
around the
I agree.
bush.
I'm
This
not.
Dumbass
No.
son of a bitch is gonna cut off his dick
And
Sam.
and then proceed to bleed to death because he's probably gonna get aroused from it.
yeah,
I don't see any other reason why he's gonna do it other than probably look for pleasure.
yeah.
And he's gonna die. And then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, why don't we stop him?" Well, there's only gonna be a few people that are gonna do that. They try and make it into some big dealio.
Well, no. People
Yeah,
try
that's how they
to.
are.
People try to convince Torino that this is a really bad idea.
It is.
And to everyone that has said that to him, Torino just or her. I'm sorry, my mistake. And to everybody that responded to Torino will respond with, "Okay, transphobe." Like she just threw away There's no convincing her that this is a very bad idea. None.
Which
She
is
already
a
bought
very bad idea.
She already bought the stuff on Amazon. Apparently, I'm hoping that this is all an elaborate troll attempt, but who knows?
It's not.
Well, she's gonna bleed to death because there are several very, very thick blood vesicles running
Not
in
vessels,
your genital.
full on arteries and veins.
Yeah, they're all running around your genital area into the penis.
That's how it
So
gets
if you
hard,
cut that
people.
off, you're gonna bleed
You're gonna die.
fuck ton. And you're not even going to. First of all, this person has no anesthesia. You can't even administer an anesthesia to yourself. That's why anesthesiologists make $400,000 a year, because that shit can kill you easily. If you don't have enough, or if you have too much, you can die. So Torino has no access to anesthesia. So, and then also has just over-the-counter painkillers to numb the pain, apparently. Torino, if you're listening, I'm pretty sure you're not, but Torino, if
She
you're
probably
listening,
immediately stop listening.
she probably stopped listening, and then she's like, okay, transphobe, and then, okay, transphobe,
Oh my
kick.
God.
But hear me out here. Painkillers aren't going to do a jack shit. You're going to like saw halfway through your dick, and then you're just going to pass out.
And
Then
bleed.
you're just going to bleed out, and people are gonna just notice your dead body on the floor with a
I
bunch
doubt
of
anyone's
blood
gonna
right
notice,
right
to be
there,
completely
and
honest.
that's
Her.
it. Whatever.
Oh God.
And the reason why we're bringing this up is because this is. I don't know how old Torino is, but looking over
Definitely not
these
old
tweets-
enough to, or smart enough to realize that the human body is going to need that blood to survive.
Yeah. Obviously, Torino has no earthly idea what is going on or
Oh, of course not.
what she's about to do. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people that are just like Torino. They're young, they're stupid. They think that doing X will solve all their problems. And the problem
solve
is
Y.
that
It's not.
it's not, and these people need serious help. They need someone to physically intervene in their life and make sure that they get therapy. People like Torino give trans people a very, very bad look. And it's not just Torino. Like I can name off other people that are just as bad.
Oh, I can name one locally, but I'm not going to name their name. I know who they are. We know who they are.
I think
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So
So
yeah,
this isn't us just like calling out trans people because we don't want to do that.
yeah.
We're calling out Torino in particular because this is stupid. This is dumb, and nobody should take this example as a success. Nobody
It's
should
not
see
going to be
this.
successful.
No, it is not going to be successful. This is a cry for help, and this is disturbing
It
to say the
is.
least.
You know, I like dox this person and get their family involved. Like this isn't something to fucking play around with.
No, this is not.
This is going to lead to the death of an individual, and people are going to cry out, going, "Oh, there was something we could have done." No, not at all. They're fucking idiots. There was nothing we could have
Well,
done.
if a person can't help themselves, there's nothing you can do to help them. That's the problem. Torino has got it into her thick skull that, hey, if I chop off my dick, everything will be better.
Yeah, no, that's not what's going to happen. You're going to chop off your dick
Why though?
and immediately lose all sense of happiness, because you know where a lot of those hormone triggers are from,
hmm
and the reason you have professional sex changes to keep the glands.
Yeah. Well, for anyone who is trans who is listening, first of all, we hear you. And we're not trying to discourage you from doing living your own life. If you want to change your gender or your sex so you can feel more comfortable in your own skin, you do you. You be the
I
best
say
person
go
you
on
can be.
ahead. More power.
Yeah, go
to
ahead,
You.
but do it professionally.
Yeah.
Seek the advice and the counsel and the skill of a professional doctor in this,
And
because
an actual
this,
surgeon.
yeah, this is gender confirmation surgery is a relatively new thing, and it's still wild west even among doctors. It's so brand new that not every doctor does it the same way. So
But if
for
you do it professionally, at least you'll be able to keep the glands necessary for you to actually feel
Yeah.
anything down there.
Yeah, and at least a doctor is with you to ensure that
don't
your
die.
well-being is in their best interests. And if something goes wrong, you can go back to that doctor and say, "Hey, what's happening?" And they will fix it. What Torino is doing should never be attempted.
And we get it. You
Yeah.
have gender dysphoria,
Yes.
and it sucks.
hmm But this is not the
doing
way to
this
go.
will literally kill you.
Yeah. That's
And you're
that's all
probably
we're
gonna
trying to
call
say.
me a transphobe, but don't be a fucking idiot.
Okay, transphobe.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
No,
I mean,
I'm just
if
trying,
she's
I'm
not
trying to
gonna
channel
listen
Torino here.
us and be like, hey, maybe
course-
this
of
isn't
course-
such a
of course
bright
she won't.
fucking idea, then
Of course she won't, because we're not telling her what she wants to hear. But we're telling her the truth here. Like a whole bunch of people on Twitter have already done that.
yeah, so she's probably gonna die.
Like we're not
Good
Nazis,
Lord.
we're not Nazis,
Why?
we're not
Like,
we're
yeah.
not racist, we're not transphobes here. We're telling the fucking truth here. Just like hundreds of other people have told her the fucking truth about this.
I guess she's determined to die then.
Well, yeah, probably.
Because
And that's sad.
honestly, I'm not gonna shit the bed trying to save someone that doesn't want to save themselves.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. And that's the thing, is like if they have no interest in saving themselves or listening to reason, then there's nothing you can do or anybody else can do. They're beyond hope. And like I said, there's a lot of young people in the furry community who are trans or who have gender dysphoria or are questioning their gender. They should not look at this as an example. They should not look at anything that's on the internet that says that they can do it as wise advice. You can't do it alone.
You need to get professional, which means they get paid to do this, help.
I'm just saying, I'm hoping that this is a troll, an elaborate troll.
knowing how it is today, I highly doubt it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she tweeted out that she got her Amazon supplies at 4:50 in the morning. So, who the hell knows? But I don't ever. Does Amazon even deliver that late? That
Yeah.
early in the morning? Really?
Yeah. Some places, yeah.
Well, damn. But still,
Still, don't fucking do it.
yeah, yeah. I'm just, yeah. That's what we're trying to say here. Don't
Yeah, you
fucking
have so
do
much
it.
to live for. Please don't throw it away being a retard.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, Silox, you just opened a bag of triggers.
What did I do? I didn't say
I
anything.
mean,
Yeah,
sorry, Sharky.
No, this is
Yeah.
Silox's fault, obviously.
Why is it my fault?
Well, because obviously you started the whole trigger epidemic.
God damn it.
Aren't you gonna say my bad?
No, only on Telegram. I don't do it off
Oh,
Telegram.
I don't apologize
No.
publicly to acts of terrorism.
and so we come to the last bit of our podcast. Do we want to discuss our latest findings that are more local?
Sure. Yeah.
Silox, go ahead.
Go for it. Yeah, so we found out. Why? I gotta start it? Shit. Okay,
Yes,
so.
go ahead.
God
You're
Well,
already in the
you
midst
have
of
the most
starting it.
information on this.
Yeah, so
topic, so-
locally we found out there was an individual whose name I'm not going to say. He was at a party and he was drinking, allegedly, so they claim, and he tried to molest a minor. Um, I let me just say, I don't know who you are. Excuse me, not that. No, I don't know what possessed this individual to want to molest an individual. But when I'm drunk and when most of the population are under the influence of alcohol, they don't go around trying to molest minors. So clearly, this individual has some mental issues that they need to work out with. That they need to work out. Excuse me. Um, so this individual was defended by certain individuals, some of which who are actually mods right now in another local chat. Um, and now this person is in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I believe. Uh, it's not a good look. And quite frankly, after hearing that this person did that, um, don't
Being
think
drunk is not an excuse.
Yeah,
That's
I-
why drunk drivers go to jail.
I don't think I want to interact with him ever again because that's
Yeah.
really
Oh, I know I'm
disgusting.
not.
Yeah, same here.
If I see this individual in public, you're going to get a stare down. And it's not going to be good.
Well, he attends meets in the area. He attended Anthrocon, of course, because he's
lives
from
there.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, he lives in Pittsburgh, so of course he was at Anthrocon.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, and mind you, he did all this while he was dating his boyfriend, who is an
Oh.
absolute treasure, by the way. I'm not going to say his name, but he is an
Well-
absolute down-to-earth nice guy.
Names
Good
have been
person that shouldn't
redacted
have
to
ever
protect
been
the
caught in
innocent.
the middle of this terrible person's thing.
Yeah. But
For
yeah,
fucking shame, guy. For
I'm
fucking
just-
shame.
I'm just more disappointed that the local community just went mum on him and what he did instead of just trying to actually sound the alarm about this person and what he was doing and create some vigilance against that behavior again. I mean, am I wrong for thinking that?
Apparently, in this world, you would be.
No, that's the problem. It's like our furry community needs to be more vigilant and needs to eradicate this behavior when it's happening in its own community. That's why we have furry communities, so that we watch out for each other. And when this happens with our own members of our own community, it makes the whole community look bad, looks horrible. And it gives me the creeps that, I interacted with him, I hung out with this person, and I had no idea what he did until just recently. And now I feel disgusted because I went to meets, I hung out with him, I had no idea. The community did not do anything against him.
No, he was more or less protected. I have a reason. I have a hunch why, but um, because he knows people who are relatively popular locally, and they protected him.
It's the same
Well,
situation of a
this
few other
happens in a
individuals.
yeah,
It's just straight up, if you're popular, people are going to defend you because they refuse to see the evil in the world.
yeah.
And it doesn't
Or
help that the person he attempted to molest was later caught being molested by another adult who was dating the admin of one of the larger local chats in the area. Um, and that was a massive shitstorm. That's when I originally had learned about the stuff that this person had attempted to do, but I mentally blocked it. I was like, "There's no way. There's nothing there." Of course,
And you're no better than the rest of them.
I know.
Get out of my
Yeah.
podcast.
But of course, with all of that, with the individual, with that individual, the one who was unfortunately raped, there's sort of allegations that he blackmailed the adult in this situation. Although, if that's the case, the adult shouldn't have even reciprocated in the first place.
no,
You're an
no.
adult. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to fuck kids. So, um, yeah, that whole
The adult has
situation was really
the
fucked
adult
up.
has all the power in the world to say no.
Yeah,
And I
even
mean,
if
how
it's
hard is it to say no?
No.
and like you had a boyfriend. Like I don't want to say the guy's name. I really don't. But he's
No,
a
don't. Yeah, don't.
relatively nice guy. Your ex was a relatively nice guy. He is. And you let that slip away just because you had a momentary lapse in judgment. Or maybe you wanted to always fuck kids. I don't know. I really don't care. To me, once a child fucker, always a child fucker. If you think about fucking children, there's a problem with you. Alright? That's just how I roll. So if that's how you think, or if it's just a one-time thing, I personally don't care. It's disgusting, and how he's not in prison at this very moment is beyond me, because that's where he belongs.
Well,
Terrible person.
like I said, or like you said, he's a popular furry, and
Well, no,
well,
no,
he's
not the one who raped the minor. No, he's not.
Oh, the other guy.
Yeah, no, he's not. Like,
No,
no,
just
he
I
should
don't
be in
know.
jail. No, he should be in jail
He
because
should be
he
in
committed.
jail, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
he's in a world where people defend people. Like
No,
him.
no, he wasn't even defended. No, nobody defended him at all. Like they all knew what he did. Like it's out there.
Is that the guy where no one came forward?
Um, no, what had happened was the minor in that case ended up having a emotional breakdown, and spilling the guts. So it was all put on the table. All the information is out there. He
So
basically
did anyone
committed
press charges?
his parents. No, they didn't.
If no one presses charges, nothing can be done.
yeah.
That's the worst thing. If you don't report it, we may know about it. If it's not reported, nothing
Yeah.
can be done.
Like the minor's parents knew all about the stuff that he was involved with. They didn't press any charges at all.
What terrible
No.
fucking.
They
things.
let statutory rape just go on by. They didn't care.
Yeah,
And so
totally.
this kid is totally fucked up for life. I see him now. He's well, excuse me. She is. I don't know. I don't know.
There's no good way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah. They. It's to describe what they are now is it's just hard. I feel sorry for them. I really do because to have to deal with that twice and then have your parents not press charges, it's pretty fucked up. Pretty is it's an
It is
indictment on
very
them.
fucked up.
Yeah,
Not
it's
pretty.
Yeah, this
It's
is
just completely fucked.
It's an
Yeah, this is
indictment
totally fucked up.
on their parents, honestly. And trust me, if I worked for CPS and I knew CPS contacts in Virginia, I would have sent them out ASAP because that's not right.
no, it isn't.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Can I just say, you notice how all this is in like for Northern Virginia and not in Maryland? You noticed that, right?
I mean, do we wanna toss in DC into Maryland? Like,
No.
let that dumpster fire
No.
be part of your problem?
No.
Please
Like
don't.
no, no. Look. When
I like
I
it,
when
he's like, no,
No.
please, no,
No.
no.
I tell you what
Hot
happened.
potato.
No, when I took over, I purged out all the ne'er do wells, all the bad people. I told them to get the fuck out because they are not welcome here at all. Like they had to go. Like there's very little of that kind of drama in Maryland because I don't tolerate that. Like I don't tolerate it at all. They're all in Virginia because for whatever reason, I don't know. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, you have one guy who's has a fucking cult chat down there, and Lord of mercy,
A what?
a cult chat. It's a cult. Canny, it's a cult.
Oh.
Think about it. His chat's a cult. You should think about it.
Yeah, it's a
Which
cult.
is an episode in on itself. But yeah, you have that and other disgusting people running around. I mean, shit. There's one guy in Novafurs who literally sexually harassed, if I recall correctly, he's either assaulted or harassed the mod for Novafurs and is still in that chat. And it's like, why isn't he banned? Like, why is he
A
welcome
lot
in
of
other
people
chats?
honestly
It's
just
disgusting.
either get used to it, which is really bad, or they just either in fear or just don't care anymore.
Yeah. And that's
People
the
have seen
problem
this
with
shit
the-
so much they just grown desensitized to it.
And that's what just gives the furry community in as a whole just a really bad mark because if normies, you know what? I'm not even gonna say normies. If people who aren't in the furry community that are inquiring about the furry community get a hold of this stuff, they're gonna paint that that image, that very terrible image that is projected from these terrible people onto every single furry. And that's not going to go away. That is the problem that people need to understand is that whenever somebody gets a hold of the worst aspects of the furry community, they paint every single furry in that same image. And that does not go away. It takes way more work to clean up the bad aspects of the furry community than it does promoting the good. So if we're not vigilant and we're not working hard enough to prevent the bad stuff from happening, it's going to stick.
We
And
need
if
a
you think
purge.
if you think it's bad how other people are imagining furry community now, just wait.
Anyway, this is getting dark.
Now,
I gotta poop.
this was a very dark episode. I'll admit.
Like, it's gone dark, and I gotta shit. Can we wrap this up?
Well, hold up. This was a dark episode, but I'll tell you what. Next week we'll have a much better episode. An episode that's way more lighter in tone and just more funny and laid back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
So,
tell
Lay
you
next
that.
back on
week-
this dick.
So, oh, by the way, we forgot to talk about the the MFF room lottery.
Oh,
So the
God.
room lottery finally closed.
Well, no, the
This
results.
past week.
Yeah, but the results are going to be posted on Wednesday. So why don't we talk about that next week? Better yet, why don't we have an MFF pregame episode? Think about that.
Well, we're going to
Next
have
week.
that not next week.
But I'm not gonna
God
be
damn.
at MFF because I'm poor.
Yeah, Lifty, you douche. Why don't
We're
we have
not
it
going to
next
have
week?
an MFF pregame show next week because MFF is not anytime near now. It's going to be out in December. So why don't we have our MFF pregame show
God damn it.
after Thanksgiving?
Can we do an FAU pregame show?
Who the hell goes to that? Ain't nobody going to be listening to that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Poof.
I do.
Fuck that.
I'll be at FAU. Because I don't want to be near them kids who want to get in grown folks' business. That's why I'm going to be at FAU.
That's why they're going to go to FAU so they can get into grown folks' business.
I don't want them to get into grown folks'
They're
business.
gonna get into your business.
No, but let's do an FAU pregame episode next week for all of the 500 people that are going to be there.
Oh, Lord.
Or 450, I don't know. It keeps going down every year, I think.
Well, it went up by like 13 people.
Oh,
last year.
that's a lot. That's a lot to them. Congrats, Dragoneer. You've done a great job.
I mean,
You put your fucking con in an office park where nobody can get to. Way to go,
and
Dragon.
here we go.
Way
So
to
we
go.
so we shat on
anyone else
so
can get there.
we
Come
shat
on.
on how many people and a con.
It's literally a
You're
joke.
stuttering.
No, it's a joke. It's a joke of a furry
But
con.
but
Fuck both of you. It's a joke of a
but-
furry con. No. That's up, folks. No, it's a joke of a fucking furry con. How dare he charge people for that? You want me to pay
Oh
money
no, he's getting
to
triggered
sit?
again.
Shut up. To sit in a
you.
lobby for 5 hours and just watch people walk by? Are you serious? You want me to pay $60 for that? The panels fucking suck.
He's
It's
What
getting
are you
triggered.
doing?
Hold up.
Shut
It
up,
costs
he's getting
$60 to go
Probably.
there.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh my god.
It's expensive. It's a for-profit
is.
con.
It is, and well, all cons are expensive. All cons are just you go there to spend money, but FAU it's just like you spend money to go to this convention, but you don't get the value of the entertainment value out of it back that you spend in it every time. That's why I stopped going.
FAU is a good metaphor for the DC area. It is small, impotent, and soulless. It's a perfect metaphor for this fucking area.
Hey.
Man,
Hey.
it
No.
is so
No.
angry right
Can't-
I
no.
am not angry at all.
I'm sorry, but
very
no.
angry.
Your views do not reflect Arlington County, okay?
Oh, Arlington's
you
even
can,
worse.
Hell no.
Yeah, fuck
Arlington's even
Arlington.
worse.
Don't
Because-
lump us up with that
no.
dumpster fire across the
Yeah,
Potomac.
Arlington's just
Excuse
gone
me?
to shit,
No, but
yeah.
don't talk about Maryland like that. How dare
I'm
you?
talking about DC.
Oh, I was gonna
That's
say.
what I say. You want to talk about Maryland? We'll fucking roll down there and give
Yeah.
you crabs. I
Yeah.
will fuck you.
Crabs.
Only we can talk shit about Maryland. You all
we live
can't.
here.
Yeah.
I'm an honorary Marylander. So
God
yeah.
damn it, he is too.
Listen,
I spend
Lifty.
more time of my life
Lifty.
in Maryland than I do in Virginia.
talk shit about Maryland. I will fuck you.
Hey, I didn't
That's
say
right.
anything about
I will-
Maryland yet.
He
I'm
wants
calling
that
you.
though.
I'm calling
Full
DC.
on
I'm
in
calling
the ass.
DC.
He
the
wants that
dumpster
though.
fire.
That's why he's doing it.
I don't want that.
Damn, fuck you too, man.
Wow, that's harsh.
Yeah.
I'm not horny.
Not
an
yet.
Excuse.
Oh please.
You gotta get horny. But
You're
look,
always horny.
But anyway, yeah, okay. We'll do an FAU pregame
hell
special.
yes, for like 10 minutes, because that's all that. That's all.
Okay,
that it's
yeah,
for.
that's all that matters.
Here's FAU.
Or better yet,
It
if you
sucks.
want me to, I can go to FAU with my microphone. We can do an episode on site
Oh God,
at FAU
in the lobby.
because you have a room.
I do. I'm drinking that FAU. One night only.
Well, I don't know if we want to do it in the lobby. Remember the last time we did a podcast in the lobby? Kasi came by and crashed it.
Well, he's not going to be there because he can't afford it.
Well, he didn't crash it
Unfortunately.
because he wanted to be on the show anyway.
And he
so-
got on the show.
Yeah.
And he's not going to get on the show again.
No, he's
I'm
not.
sorry, Kasi, but don't do that.
He wants.
You
He wants
did
to,
that on yourself.
He wants to promote his diapers.
Ew, no.
Don't kink shame.
I'm sorry. No. No. I don't care. No.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Sweet
I'm
child.
not. I'm not dealing with that crap.
Oh yeah, we also
Literally.
forgot to mention there's another con also, locally, quote unquote, FurSonaCon in Virginia Beach. I
That's even
think.
smaller than FAU.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is,
Is it
actually.
really? Oh,
It is.
Okay, let's probably run better. But yeah, FurSonaCon, yeah, that's we could do a pregame for that too, because
Well, is anybody even going to FurSonaCon?
yeah, you'd be surprised. In Nova, they are like 10 people.
Oh, jeez.
I counted on my hands. I feel like
That's
a
probab-
special child doing that. I'm so
Oh,
special.
jeez. I'm pretty sure if you put the number of fingers on your hands, add them up with the number of toes on your feet, and you get the total attendance of FurSonaCon.
But that's 20. Wait,
Exactly.
I don't get it.
Guys, I gotta poop.
Then go poop.
Go poop.
We're in the middle of a fucking podcast.
That didn't stop Causey from walking on in, now did it?
But he didn't poop.
No, well, you don't know that. See? You don't know
Shush.
that.
I don't want to
Oh,
think
God.
about that.
Okay.
I don't want to think about that either.
We are not going to think about that. Thank you very much.
Anyway, just so
BronyCon.
I'm still very salty about how that turned out.
Oh, my lord. No,
And
it's...
somebody owes me money.
I better you shit.
No, I know who owes him money.
Yeah, I'm ready to bill this person for $2.
Oh, Liffy, don't do that.
Well, somebody owes me money.
I will pay you the money. It's fine.
Anyway, without further ado, just so Solox can stop talking and Sharky can go take a shit.
Wow.
Thank you for joining us for
Racist.
another exciting Okay, transphobe.
Okay, you fucking transphobe.
Wow.
Now go cut
Thank
off
you for
your
joining
wiener.
us for another exciting episode of Furry Frequencies. If you like what you hear, be sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel and hit that bell for notifications.
Good lord.
And also like our episodes, comment on them. We want to know what you think. And also feel free
Wait,
to
we actually are supposed to care about these people?
Oh my god.
Also, if you like what you see on Twitter, feel free to
You
follow us
are
on
wrong
Twitter
for that.
at Furry Frequency. And without further ado, this is Furry Frequency signing off with Lifty.
Psylocke.
Sharky.
Thank you for joining us, and you have a
my
wonderful evening.
God.
I'm curious, though.
Yeah.
If what's her name does fucking cut her wiener off, is she going to record it?
Why would you want to see that?
Oh, God, no. I hope not.
Ew.
She'll probably take some pictures and say, "Look, guys, I did it."
Like,
I
I'm
did
curious-
it!
I'm curious she was going to be like,
Oh, you transphobes, I did it.
Good
Oh,
night,
God.
Cheyenne, Wyoming. Cheyenne, Wyoming.
shine.
Good night, Raleigh, North Carolina.
That's where they keep the nukes, over in Wyoming. I think. I don't know. They're all the same out there. They all look the same.
They're all nuclear.
They're all boxy states out there because people who don't know how to fucking draw lines and boundaries. I'm just gonna say it because we're all thinking it. Maryland is the weirdest looking state in this country. It looks like a gun, but they're anti-gun in this state, so it's like really ironic.
Yeah. Maryland
putting
has
it out
banned
there.
itself for looking at a gun.
Oh my lord. Oh,
Many
that's actually a
college students
good
have found
joke.
offense at Maryland's own borders.
Good night,
Now
Indianapolis.
taking over Virginia.
Oh,
to expand
don't
ourselves
say
to not look
Indianapolis.
like a gun.
I
No,
just did.
No, after they booed Andrew Luck, no, fuck them. They can fuck off. Fuck them.
Andrew, what now?
Andrew Luck. Oh, that's right. Y'all don't watch sports. Never mind. Fucking normies.
Maryland has now absorbed the United States in an attempt to not look like a gun.
We have the best flag in the fucking country. Just putting it out
Our
there.
That is
flag looks
true.
like
I
a
will
crack
fight
addict made it.
anybody who says there's a flag better than ours. That's what I thought.
Our flag
to
looks
bed.
insane.
Go to bed, Arizona.
Russell.